In this video, we are going to talk about XAT 2021. Now, of course, yesterday the CAT 2020 results were out and students are quite in shock. But then, guys, in this video, we are not going to talk about any information about CAT examination, but we are going to talk about the XAT examination. Now, of course, this is the first week of 2021, the new year, and today XAT examination happened. Now, of course, like every year, we got analysis for XAT examination for you guys. So, and of course, if you are someone who attempted the XAT examination, you'll get to know what the examination was. Of course, you got the first hand experience, but then you will also get to know what should be the exact attempts or the cutoff, the sectional cutoff you must clear, and on what score, what is the percentile you'll be getting, so that you'll be considered for further rounds by the Premier Institute XAT Xavier's. So guys, in this video, we are going to talk about XAT question paper analysis. Now guys, like in XAT 2021, now this year, Quant section was quite challenging as compared to the last year. Yes, it was quite challenging. On an average, if I got to know, I got in touch with 10 students. They told me that out of 10 students, at least 7 students accepted that this year Quant section was quite challenging. And if you get 7 to 8 marks, okay, 7 to 8 marks in Quant, or maybe 7 to 9 marks, I'll say, you'll be getting 90 percentile. 90 percentile, that means you'll be getting, now guys, you know that what is the marking scheme. Of course, there were 28 questions. Now, before I go on to the exact analysis of XAT examination, I want to tell you how many questions were there. Now guys, there were 74 questions in XAT examination. 26 questions are on English logical ability and logical ability. 21 questions were on decision making. 28 questions are on Quant, and 25 questions were on GK. Now I'm going to give you analysis of each and every section, and I'm also going to tell you that on what score you're going to get what percentile, and whether this year question paper was challenging or easy as compared to the previous year 2009-20. Now of course guys, as I said, let's talk with Quant, because let's start with Quant, because Quant is the section where people are quite challenged always. In Quant section guys, if you are going to score around 8 questions, 7 to 9 questions, you are going to get 90 percentile, because this year Quant question paper questions which were asked on Quant, there were 28 questions. They were quite challenging. It was quite difficult. Now guys, if I talk about 99 percentile, so if you get around more than 12 marks. So out of 28 questions, that means if you get around 12 marks in Quant section, you will easily get 99 percentile. Now let's talk about verbal ability. Now guys, many students are telling me that this year, few of the students are telling me that verbal ability was quite doable this year, but then at the same time, few students told me that it was quite challenging. So I got a mixed review, but then more or less verbal section was, I say, moderate, towards the moderate side as compared to 2020. So if you get around 8 questions right, 8 marks, you're going to get around 80 percentile. That is the cutoff. Okay, that is the cutoff for the verbal section. And of course, you need to clear the sectional cutoff, and then of course your percentile is considered for the call. Now in decision making guys, just like every year, in this year also, decision making is the section where you should have done the most, and we all know that there is no sectional time limit. So of course, you guys, people who are good in decision making, they are going to score really well. So approximately in 30 to, I'll say, around 40 minutes, it will take to around 40 to 45 minutes to attempt more than 10 questions. And you should be getting out of, yes, 21 questions were asked on decision making. So if you are getting more than 13 to 14 questions right in decision making, that's a good attempt, of course. But then the problem is that the accuracy level is never crossing more than 75 or 80 percentage, the accuracy level I'm talking about. But if you're someone who can get more than 70% accuracy in decision making, around 12 to 13 questions in 30 to 40 minutes, it's quite good. Now guys, general knowledge was quite usual. There are no surprises in that part. It was quite on current affairs. The questions were asked on sports and the cultural activities like the music and capitals and that kind of stuff. So GK was quite doable. GK, there is no surprise in terms of GK this year in XAT examination. However, Quant was quite challenging. So guys, this is what the XAT 2021 examination is. Now guys, if you are someone who got around 7 to 8 questions right in quant, okay, and you got more than 12 or 10 questions right in decision making, and if you got more than, I'll say, 7 to 8 questions right in verbal section, of course, then your accuracy also matters, because of course your 6 to 7 marks, I'll say, questions right of course is there, but you need to get marks also. And I want to tell you that in XAT examination there is a negative marking, and beyond 8 questions, if you leave questions unattempted, again you're going to get the penalty. That means more than 8 questions you cannot leave without any attempt. So that is how exactly it is. This is the analysis of XAT examination in brief. So guys, once again, to summarize whatever I've said, in XAT 2021 quant section was quite challenging. It was not that easy, but then 7 to 8 questions will get you the cutoff. And then verbal was quite moderate. It was quite doable as compared to the previous year. GK was usual. And yes, just like every year, decision making is going to make or break the game. So more or less it was tilted towards verbal, but then if your quant is not that great, you're still going to suffer. Why? Because you need to clear the cutoff in quant section as well. Well, I hope this presentation or this video will help you to get understanding or understand about the XAT examination analysis. If you are someone who is going to prepare for the XAT examination next year, it will help you to analyze and gauge what kind of question paper it comes. And if you have already attempted the XAT examination, you can find yourself in a situation where you will be getting what kind of percentile. So accordingly you can plan your further actions. Thank you guys and best of luck.